3D is getting the biggest buzz here at CES this year, and rightly so. Our next guest is certainly contributing to that buzz with some very neat TVs coming out for you. Always introducing new stuff here at CES, and a lot more than just TVs, but again, the biggest buzz. Public relations strategist with Panasonic is Jeff Samuels. Jeff, welcome back into Tomorrow.
Thank you, David. Always a pleasure to see you. And as I said before off air, it wouldn't be CES without seeing you guys here.
Oh, thank you. Well, we appreciate that. But certainly the same thing holds true for you guys. Always one of the biggest exhibits here at CES, stretching clear across the central hall here.
Bigger than a football field.
That's true. And so many variety of products. I mean, that's what we were talking earlier off the air about, how yours is the kind of exhibit we walk through and you're just in awe. Every time you could take another step, there's more new products and you're just blown away by things. But we've got to get right to the big thing with the new HD 3D.
Well, as you said, 3D. First, when you walk in our booth, you can't miss it. The first thing you see is a 120-seat theater showing full HD 3D. The reason we're calling it full HD 3D, Dave, is it is full 1080p, both right eye and left eye. And we use plasma because it has the quickest refresh rate.
See, that's another thing I honestly love about Panasonic. And you know, you've heard me say this on the air many times. You guys not only continue to support plasma, but make terrific products. And a lot of other companies, for whatever reason, have abandoned plasma, and yet they have all these difficulties not being able to refresh properly and so forth.
Well, our philosophy has always been, we still make LCDs.
Sure.
You know, is that we like to give the consumer options. And it really comes down to application. You know, if like me, I'm a big movie guy and a sports guy, and because plasma has such great contrast ratio and no motion artifacts, I love it for sports and movies.
Yeah.
But we feel if you've got a smaller TV and a room with a lot of light, LCD is the way to go.
Sure.
But we think that plasma is the way to go with 3D because, like I said, the refresh rate. And the way it works is there's reflex glasses, shutter glasses that have a small little battery in it, an emitter in the glasses, an emitter in the TV. And that refresh rate is blinking 1080, back and forth, so there's absolutely no flicker whatsoever. Now, your next question may be, well, do I have to buy a new TV? Yes.
Yes, that's the sad part. Yeah.
You're going to have to buy a new TV, special, plasma 3D. You'll also have to have a 3D Blu-ray player for the content.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure you've been aware of this in the last couple of days. We made some announcements. Other people made announcements. DirecTV is going to start 3D channels.
Right, ESPN coming up with a 3D channel. Right. And again, if you haven't experienced a sporting event in 3 dimension, you're really missing something. Right. So that's going to be an awesome
scenario. And the Discovery Channel also.
Sweet. Which
is really wonderful. And one thing people have to realize, too, you go out and buy that 3D TV, it's still going to play your 2D stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's not everything in 3D.
Right.
I mean, that would be nice, but we're many, many years away from that.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example. A friend of mine called me the other day, a very intelligent guy, and said, this sounds great, man. So I have to buy a Blu-ray 3D player. But what do I do with all of my old Blu-ray disc and DVD? You play them on the same player.
You're still going to enjoy that high definition, no doubt.
No doubt about that, you know. Now, the Blu-ray player, again, like I said, is a special Blu-ray player. Plays the 3D. It's going to play your Blu-ray disc, your DVD disc, your CD discs. I want to tell you a quick line I heard today, which I thought was terrific. And this is because of the unbelievable global success of Avatar. That this guy said the CEA should send James Cameron a thank you note.
Yeah. Or vice versa, because look how they made over $1 billion in its first week and a half
17
or so.
days.
Unreal.
But what I meant by that really is that has raised the consciousness of people about 3D. Because in the past, even though there's still a lot of 3D movies, they've all been Disney, Pixar, animated movies.
Yeah.
So I think the consciousness out there was, oh, this is great for kids. Now you've got Avatar. It's really raising the level of awareness of 3D. And we think that's why, Senator, thank you note, we think that's going to help everybody.
I think so, too. Talking about raising the level of something. You know, Panasonic's had the world's largest plasma at 103 inches. And as if that wasn't good enough, here at CES, you're showing us 152-inch plasma. They had to take the roof off the convention center to get it in.
Well, you know, when we fly that from Japan, it's the only one thing in the cargo hold of a 727.
I'll believe it.
It weighs 2 tons.
Oh, my gosh.
And the one thing that Panasonic always does, quite frankly, is we always deliver our technological promises. 3 or 4 years ago, we showed the 103. There were other companies showing TVs just as big.
Yeah.
Never came to market.
No, it was prototypes, and that's wonderful, but where is it?
We've sold thousands of 103s, thousands of them. The 152 hasn't been priced yet, and availability hasn't been mentioned, but I will guarantee you that within the next year, they'll be selling some of them.
Gee. Any vague notion just for our audience who's got to be saying, okay, I mean, what's the 103 going for?
103
now?
is now $50,000.
$50,000. So
down from 70.
Oh, good. Quick, get one now. It's available inexpensively. But, oh, my gosh. So 152, who knows? But the fact is you have it. It's actually real. We're standing in front of it. And what's really bizarre is how it dwarfs the 103-inch plasma.
If you happen to be at CES listening to this, stop by our booth and come into our 3D theater. And exactly as Dave just said, it's amazing to see that the 103 looks small.
Yes. I mean, who would have thunk it?
The one thing I want to say before we get up there
Sure.
is for the consumers, there's going to be 4 sizes. We have a 50-inch, a 54, a 58, and a 65. Prices haven't been set yet, but we feel, somebody in CEA said they think the price delta will be maybe additional $200 to $300 over above an HD set.
And we're talking about for 3D.
Yeah.
And not bad as far as I'm concerned,
right.
because people will pay that premium because look at how much more you're getting. And now with content, it was the same scenario with HD. People were a little standoffish, general consumers saying, well, once my neighbors start getting them and there's stuff to watch, I'll invest. You can future-proof now by getting these sets. So, and how soon availability?
April.
Wow. All right. Right around the corner. And it's going to come up really soon in 3 dimension. So check it out. Panasonic.com. Jeff Samuels, thanks as always for joining us. And thanks for continuing to innovate and just blowing us away. Next year, I expect, 200 inches.
We're going for that, Dave.
Yeah, I'll bet. Back with more from Las Vegas. I'm Dave Graveline. This is Into Tomorrow right here on the Advanced Media Network.